meeting is being recorded.
All right, well, welcome everyone. My name's Debbie. I recognize every single name on here, so I don't think anybody's brand new, but if this is your very first meeting, raise your hand. It is, Victoria, your very first meeting?
Well, like kind of like team meeting. Yeah, I joined
Okay.
the Blitz the other night,
Okay.
and
Oh,
I've
yay.
been on one other one. I can't wait for Haley's team meeting tomorrow. That I haven't been to one of those yet either, but I'm still working my way into things and working my
Yeah.
schedule around with my kids and whatnot. So
That's perfect. Well, maybe that's why your name was familiar to me because of the Blitz the other night.
okay.
So welcome everybody. I love our team meetings. I love getting together like this because not everybody lives close together. They can get together in person. So it's a good way to come get together. We're going to do a little bit of celebrating last month. I'll briefly go over announcements and then we will take off on training because they have Haley and Haley and Jen and Haley have some great training for you on social media today that I'm super excited about. So I want to be able to get right to them, but I don't want to skip over January because we had some great results. Sometimes J months can be a little bit more difficult. Bless you, Amanda, because January is coming right off Christmas. Then June, I don't know why June, really, because I guess maybe it's the end of the school year for people. July, people are busy with summer stuff. So sometimes I say J months are harder, but you guys rocked your J months. So I'm gonna do this way for your volume. If you sold at least $300, because at that point that's what a qualified stylist was, put your hand up. You sold at least 300 last month. Woo! Okay, keep your hand up if you sold 500 to get your first month in the PV. The PV and I want to say contest, but for lack of better terms, what's my word? Incentive. There we go. All right. I see lots of PV incentive people. Keep your hand up if you hit 600 and got enhanced commission. Yes. All right. Keep your hand up if you were in the 700 society. We have 700s. Yes. How about Comma Club? Did you sell $1,000 or more? Oh my gosh, I still see at least 4 hands. All right. How about 1,500? See Haley and Haley. Anybody else? 1,500. Dina. All right. If your hand is still up, tell us your numbers. Go ahead, just shout them out.
I don't remember. I know it was over 1,800 for level 3.
Woo!
I have like 1678 or something like that.
Yeah. Anybody else want to share theirs? Dina?
Yeah, it was over 2,000. I can't remember exactly.
Well, guess what? I can remember for all of you because I got our top 10 here. Coming in at number 10, we have Haley Cameron at 1678. I ignore the change. The 50 cents and stuff. Woo, Haley Looney coming in at 1887. Great job. Tracy Wilson coming in at 1924.
Woohoo!
Rachel Deal, 2,219. Dina Doyle, 2,242.
Woohoo!
Cindy Dom, 2,408. And Jacqueline Pazzulio, I think that's how I say it, 2,878. Way to go. And now we take a jump. Janice Hayes into the 3,000s, 3,021.
Wow.
Number 3.
Way to
great
go,
job,
girly.
Janice. Number
Awesome.
2, Dana, I wrote Starm, but it's not. It's
Sturm.
Sturm, right? It's a U. All right. I wrote an A here.
Way to go, Dana.
Dana, 3,443. And number
Wow.
one, Darlene LaVoy, $5,220.
Oh,
I mean, those are
Awesome.
amazing sales, ladies. That's really, really awesome. All right, closed nail bars. Raise your hand if you close one nail bar. Raise your hand if you
One.
close two nail bars.
I did.
Raise your hand if you close three nail bars.
I don't remember.
Raise your hand. We have people on this team who closed four. Raise your hand if you're one of those four people. Four, how about five? I don't think our five's, all right. I'm gonna give you the numbers here. Linda Wilson, Cindy Dom, Dina Doyle, Jennifer Browley, Dina Moore, and Summer Tucker all closed four nail bars. So that might have been one of their own, but then at least three more of other people's. That is awesome. Great job. Then Sarah Chrysler coming in at 5 closed nail bars last month. MB Cameron and Kelly Schroff coming in with 6 closed nail bars. And then
Awesome.
Dana Sturm, which understands her PP,
Awesome.
7 closed nail bars last month. So great job to all of you who closed nail bars, and especially to these 4 and up. Okay, I want to congratulate everybody who qualified for what we call the Leaders Summit. If you've never been to Leaders Summit, it's amazing. It's set for leaders, and conference is super fun, but this is really a conference where sometimes at conference we have teams there and we're so busy that this conference is different because it's for leaders. So you don't necessarily, you feel like you're getting more training, and they're really spoiling you there because it's a much smaller group of people. So put it on your bucket list for a goal for next year, because it is a phenomenal experience. So these people all qualified from our team: Darlene LaVoy, Amanda Thomas, Bethany Estep, Jessica Moten, Dina Doyle, Amanda Rebecca, Haley Cameron, Isabella Bluteau, Annie Matavier, Jackie McGowan, Deb Meeks, Cassie Haymaker, Janice Hayes, and Kathia Imand. Congratulations to all of you. I know everybody can't quite make it. I know I can't make it, and there's some other people on the team, but for all of them who go, we wish them luck, and we can't wait to see what they bring back to us, because they'll bring some great things back to us, because it's a phenomenal weekend. This year it's in Florida. Closed nail bars. Nope, we did that. Wait. This is, enrolling. Raise your hand if you enrolled one person last month. All right, I see some hands. Raise your hand if you enrolled 2. How about 3? All right, Haley, what do you have?
This Haley,
Yeah?
I had 2.
Woo! Anybody else have 2 on this call?
Maggie had 2.
Oh, I don't have Maggie on my list.
Or are you thinking of this month, Maggie? No, I thought that was last month.
I know she has 2 this month so far in February too.
Oh, the people I have for 2 are, if I say this right, Jackson, anyone? Jackson for Vermeer, Crystalline Muzzleman, Dana Sturm, MB Cameron, Haley Cameron, Tammy Lytle, Janice Hayes, and Katie DeLuge. All had
already on display, and I will treasure the years we spent working and growing together. I will also find solace knowing that David is now with his
anyone
dad.
know? Oh,
The iPhone, I think.
got it.
Oh, there it is.
And then 3 enrollees, Kathia Imand, 3 new team members last month. So phenomenal. Now, don't forget, last month we had that great digital special, but that isn't necessarily for everybody, because if they're a new person, that may not be the best option for them, because then they wouldn't get they wouldn't get stuff to be able to show and to wear. So this month's special is a great discount to be able to, for people to get the kit and everything in it for, what is it, 79, right? So much less than it normally is. So we still have a great kit, thing to offer. If you know you have a loud background, just go ahead and mute yourself so we can try to keep it on. Once they start talking, I'm gonna mute everybody. But I want to get through a little bit more recognition. I want to talk about my last one here. Let's see, because I think I got PV and rolling. Oh, I want to talk about trip points. Holy cow. They changed, as you know, what the requirements are for the trip. But in the past, we've always had, you had to enroll a certain amount, you have to sell a certain amount. This time, your enrollees had to sell in order for you to get points. Then you get points through promotions. They changed it last month to say, however you had it. So maybe you are phenomenal at selling and all your points come from your own sales, but you haven't been able to enroll. Now you can still go on the trip, even if you don't have points from enrolling. Maybe you enroll a bunch of people every month and you have all these points from that and from their sales. But whatever it is, you now can get it from any way you can earn the points. So Marie Eve Gordon coming in at 47 points. She has earned the trip. Sarah Chrysler, 48 points. She has earned the trip. Erica Robinette, 48 points. She has earned the trip. Haley Cameron, 49 points. She has earned. Tracy Wilson, 51. Janice Hayes, 67. Dina Doyle, 67. Then we are coming in with two of our stylists on this call, Haley Looney and Darlene Lavoie, achieving it for two. So you can earn it for two people with the trip and the hotel, but they have earned the flights for a second person as well. Haley Looney, 73 points. Darlene Lavoie, 97 points. So congratulations to all of you who have earned it already. And so many of you are within 20 points that you can do it between February and March. Is it going to be a blink of an eye easy? Not necessarily, but, oh, you have 88 points? Oh, it didn't show an update. Oh, because I ran the report for last month. So it didn't show me this month. I didn't even think about that for trip points. Okay, so correct me on your points then. What do you have, Haley?
She's 88.
You have 88?
Yeah, I have
Well,
88.
Taylor Cameron, are you higher than 49?
Yeah, I'm at 55.
Okay. All right. Dina,
And
how about you?
Dana earned it yesterday. Dana Sturm earned the trip.
Oh, because I don't have her on this list. Shoot.
It's just that it's from,
Yeah,
it's
because
January.
I ran January's results. I didn't run February's. That was just silly. I didn't think about that for this one. I apologize about that. I'm so excited for all of you guys. And I know there's so many people that are right on the cusp of it. So don't give up. If you are questioning, how can I get it? Reach out to your upline. We can help you break down points. If you want to see the different ways you can earn it, if you are close to it, we can totally help you break that down.
Yep.
Promotions. I don't know all the ranks by heart yet because I get really confused between gold, silver, platinum, bronze. I don't know the order yet. You think I would since they're medals, but I don't.
I don't either.
Yeah, I need to make my new cheat sheet to put up on my board. So raise your hand if you got a promotion last month. Do we have any people with promotions on this call? Or, oh, Sam, what'd you get? Oh, you're muted. You're muted.
I misunderstood. Not a new one, not a rank I haven't hit yet.
But we all, if you've had a rank, it's kind of fun seeing your rank turn to a new, different one, right?
Yes.
So what are you now?
My career rank right now is elite stylist. I hit that in December.
But you shouldn't be elite. What is it with the new comp plan?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know it either yet. So don't feel bad.
I don't know. I literally hit elite and then 2 days later they had the phone call that they were changing everything. So I got like my elite pin and I posted a selfie and did, you
So I
know, did
wonder
all
if
the
they're
things and
gold.
then they changed it.
That, I don't, does anyone know, Elite? I'm not sure if it's gold, silver. I don't know. All right. Well, congrats to everyone who got promos if you're watching the replay. All right. So I'm thrilled. I can't wait to see this month. Of course, we had Valentine today, the BOGO. They're while supplies last. When they're gone, they're gone. Heartthrob lipstick, which is a great thing to promote, a new pink lipstick. Tomorrow, St. Patrick's Day. For whatever reason, historically, I don't know, people just love St. Patrick's Day. It is often some of our top selling nails. So definitely promote those St. Patty's Day nails, because I think people will love them. And if you saw in the email, tomorrow Tuesday training, our German liaison will be on the call talking about the German launch. So that's cool. If you've been talking with people about it, definitely hop on so you can hear what he has to say. The Stylist app is getting reorganized, which is great to make things easier to find. I know I struggle sometimes finding things. And then conference. Again, I know conference isn't cheap, but I promise you, if you're loving your business and loving working your business and want more on your business, conference is a great place to invest your money. It's just, if you want fun with a whole bunch of women, some men, it's the place to be. It really is a lot of fun. So start looking into it. You can start, I know Amanda maybe had posted a little graphic showing, you know, what you could save each month in order to get there. So some of you might be close enough to drive. I know I'm a flight. I'm hoping flights go down by then. So anyways, it is a great time. So if you're questioning it, talk to one of your uplines to see if they've been to it. I'm sure they can give you 100 reasons why. Okay, those are my main announcements. Before we switch to training, does anybody else have any announcements that I'm missing that you think are critical? Other than the PV, again, if you did it last month, please work to get it this month. You don't want to miss out on it not getting it the second month.
Booking Blitz, make sure you get those.
Oh, Booking Blitz, thanks, Dar.
The Google in.
Yes. Gina and Darlene had an awesome Booking Blitz the other night. Lots of great tips from people. A lot of people tuned into it. So if you were booking parties over the weekend, there's a Google form in Beautifully Polished. Fill it out because we will be doing some prize giveaways. You'll fill in things like how many no's did you get? It's always interesting seeing the stats, you know, because again, we don't get a yes to every person we ask. So you should get no's before you get yeses. So we want to know how many no's, how many yeses, you know, what does your schedule look like? How many did you get? So please send that, fill that out so we can do some drawings. Anything else? That's all? All right. So Jen, do you want to go first today?
Sure.
All right. So Jen Sheets is one of our social media gurus to that. She apparently she posts and stuff so much that social media has been like pushing her stuff out. I don't know. She's going to tell you all about it. She's going to give you tips of how she got to where she is and how her social media has really been working for her. So I'm going to share the screen and I'm going to mute myself. Yes. You see it?
There it is.
Okay. And let me mute everybody.
I think you have to go back on it though, Deb. Like hit it backwards.
Yeah, I'm at the end
Yeah.
because I flipped through it. Okay, I'm going to mute everybody. Unmute yourself. Okay, Jen? That way you won't get
Okay.
interrupted. Okay, there you go. It's such a pretty presentation you made.
I was trying to hit that 15 billion or 15 million billion, I think Canva has 15 billion designs made or something like that. So I'm like, oh, maybe I can hit this.
That's
So
awesome. All right.
I am Jen Sheets, and I have been a stylist for, gosh, I think we're going on our 6th year now, aren't we, ladies? I joined in April of 2017 before we launched, and built my team during this time. And oh gosh, social media has changed so much that I decided to take a really deep dive in like what was going on. And my team had started reaching out to me directly to say, nobody's seeing my post. What's wrong? What's going on? So I took a big step back and tried to figure out how to show up more authentically on my social media and to build relationships versus to sell. And what I realized when I did take that step back is I had completely been neglecting my personal page, which is a really big issue for Facebook because they want you to build community. They want you to build relationships, and maintaining your personal page is a really important factor of that. So you can go ahead, Deb, you can advance it. Okay, so what does Facebook and Instagram want me to do so that people can actually see my posts? They want you to do these things: build community, ask questions and engage in conversations, show interest in your network, keep the conversations by going by asking questions. That's a super, really big, important part. Like to drop a question within any one of your social media things, whether it's your groups, because groups are a factor in how visible you are. Your page is a factor in how visible you are. If you have a business page, your personal page, and your Instagram, all of those are factors now. And when how Facebook rewards you with higher visibility within their algorithm. So these are some of the things that are really important to them and to make a priority for yourself when you are posting. So keeping a conversation going by asking questions. Don't just like a comment. Don't just like it, comment on it. Make sure that you know, oh my gosh, that's so cute. Or instead of just hitting the like or the heart, they see that as some activity, but they don't see that as community building activity. And don't post posters. If you're posting posters on your personal page or your group page or your business page, you are killing your algorithm. Facebook will push you all the way down to the bottom. And if everybody else is doing it, you guys are all going to be down at the bottom of the algorithm because they don't see that as a community building opportunity. Posters are the ones that like Color Street sends us, like the ads that Color Street sends us, or the posters. Like this one here was the nail care stuff that we did for January, the offer that they had. When Color Street puts these together and everybody posts them, you kill your algorithm. You will be down at the bottom. So one of the things I learned, and one of the things that I had to really figure out, is how to communicate that we had this offer by being more authentic and showing that I am interested in helping and serving you as a customer versus just showing this. So Haley, that's a good question. If it's a graphic you made, you are rewarded for making your own graphics by Facebook and Instagram. They like people, and particularly in 2023, they're going to be looking at people who are doing their own graphics and posting those and not reposting. That's going to be rewarded with high visibility as well. So on this post here, I did it as a Monday motivation. How do they know that it's not? They just can tell by what's being reposted and being reposted. If it's a graphic that you made, or if it's a graphic that they're seeing a consistent repost of. It's from the repostings. So you can't read this, but this was like my Monday motivation, basically talking about how I had neglected myself a little bit for the month of December and January, kind of let my nails get brittle, and went back to using my cuticle oil and my strengthener. And so it was more of like a happy Monday self-care post talking about. And in this post, I said specifically, if you're looking for a killer cuticle oil, let me know. And promoted the product that way by saying that I use it and it's helped me in this way. It can help you. By doing that, you're building more of a like, know, and trust factor with Facebook and with your community instead of just dropping a poster, instead of just dropping an ad. So from that, I want to show you the results of this customer reached out to me after I posted this and said, my nails are peeling really bad and blah, blah, blah. Do you really like your cuticle oil versus everybody else's? So I'm going to tell you, of course I do. And when you answer that question, I love my cuticle oil more than anybody else's. And I do. We have a killer product for cuticle oil with a vitamin E and all of our complex, our vitamin complex and all of our nail products. So I said, yep, I love it. I said, why don't we meet for dinner? And I will, now this is a customer I've never had dinner with before, but she's local. I said, why don't we meet for dinner and I'll bring my stuff and you can try it on. And so I did. And she went home with my stuff for a week. And then she just placed this order. So she reached out to me because of this post. Same thing. She had been neglecting her nails. Everything had been drying out. And then she converted into a sale. So that kind of post works where you're actually talking to people about what the benefits are and how it served you. And then they can relate to that. They can put themselves in the same situation and that helped convert that sale. So you can move forward, Deb. Okay. So what do you get when you do all of these things? You may have already gotten these notifications. I think we have a lot of people out there who share authentically within our groups, but these are the notifications you will get. Quality posts and daily engagement with your Facebook has earned you increased visibility. My longest streak has actually been 21 days of increased visibility. And when you get this means that Facebook is pushing your posts up into the top of the posts. I mean, people are seeing it. From these, because my Facebook is public, I had another customer reach out to me from Livonia who had a wedding coming up. And she said, I found you on Facebook. Your post came across my feed. Do you have any red nails that you can drop off to me by Saturday? And I was like, yep, absolutely. So I dropped her nails off. She joined my VIP and she's already placed a second order. So yeah, those are the things that can result from getting this higher visibility. So new followers, increased visibility, like, know, and trust factor, the opportunity to build trust to ask for a sale or ask for sponsorships because you're now building relationships with people. You get to know people that are like you. People have the same interests. If you're sharing those things, you are going to find people who relate to you in that way, and you're building out your community that way. Get loyalty, new customers, new teammates, and referrals. So it's super helpful when you can start to build a community on Facebook and you get this type of opportunity from Facebook. So, and Instagram is also a factor of that, you guys, because they now own Instagram. So Deb, if you want to go forward. Okay, so some of the examples of kind of the things that I have seen. I don't know if you guys all know Nikki Benning. I don't know if Nikki's on tonight, but full disclosure, I did let her know that I was going to rip this off Instagram and share it with you guys. But Nikki does an amazing job on Instagram of creating that like, know, and trust factor. You know exactly who she is. She shares herself very authentically and is always sharing herself in a community way versus just selling. So this is a huge brand new trending thing on Instagram, doing this It's Me post and then going through and posting like something about you or telling your story. And then right here where you see the yellow arrow down at the bottom, she wrote, can you relate? You want to always ask a question at the end of everything that you do, because you want people to respond to you so you can start to build those relationships to start online and then take offline. So that's really an important piece of anything that you ever post. Tell me a little bit about this, or can you relate, or true or false, or does anybody feel the same way? those things are the create conversation and will start to push you up in the algorithm for Facebook and for Instagram. One of the posts that I post on Facebook was hotel or Airbnb and why. Also positive and horror stories are welcome. So for me, Salt Lake City is a beautiful landscape, and I'm thinking of doing an Airbnb for conference versus going and staying at a hotel. So I want to be kind of more within the community so I can see everything. And I think my son's coming with, and my sister, and then my niece is also thinking of coming. So they would be going out and partying while I'm going to conference. So I posted this, and the day that I posted this, my stories, because I had so much response on this, my stories had 84 people seeing each post, and it just pushed your stories. Now, if you're not familiar with that, stories are the new news feed. People aren't delving into Facebook hard. They're looking at your stories to get a quick view of the things that you're posting, and they're going on. So we're getting more and more into the 1 minute view for everything. So you want to go ahead and go forward, Doug. Okay, so couple more samples of things that I noticed that earned me that extra or that higher visibility. Just my face with, hey, it's Sunday, what are you doing to refresh yourself? Asking that question on Instagram. From this, I got 10 new followers. And only one was like some perverted guy, which was really nice. There was some other like network marketing people that followed me that I was actually kind of surprised. One was a pretty big networker, and she reached out and she said, I love this post. And that was really, we built a conversation there, and now I'm following her too. So checking in on you ladies. We're all juggling a lot: work, kids, activity, parents, supporting, creating your own paths. How are you doing? Just asking them that. Now, the most important thing, and you'll see here, I'm not the most beautiful person in the world, so it's hard for me to post my picture. But when you're posting like quotes, or you're asking questions, put a picture of you on there. You want people to connect your face with that feeling. That's how you're going to build your like, know, and trust factor, and build your loyalty within your community. So that's super important. Another post, hey friends, I'm looking for recommendations for Girls Weekend in March. It can include wine tasting or other tasting, willing to travel up to 4 hours, would love to hear your favorites. So now I have a whole group of women telling me what Girls Weekends look like. You can bet I'm going to take those people and put them in a special group on Facebook, and they're going to see my conference posts. They're going to see me having all my girlfriends' weekends and all my fun times with my Color Street girls. So they're going to, those are the people that like to be together, have that type of community, and they're going to start to see my Facebook posts. So go forward with that, Deb. And then your stories. Like I said, your stories are your new news feed. People just are not going into Facebook as much, and they like that quick 1 minute pickup of like, what's going on with this person? I can take a look and then I'm done. Haley Cameron does an amazing job of going live in her stories all the time. I watch Haley. I feel like I know Haley more from her stories now. And I've known Haley for 5 or 6 years, but now I know her a little bit deeper because she goes in and she talks almost daily. I think, Haley, correct me if I'm wrong, about, things that happen to her throughout the day. And she's either showing her nails, or she's talking, asking for advice, or she's doing something, but she's relatable and she's building that community, and she's doing it in stories, which is huge because that's where people are right now. You can pick 5 pillars and stick with them. For me, it's like my dog, who's totally pissed off at me right now because I left out of town for a weekend. And I just posted that on my regular page. My dog is mad at me. What do I do? And I love lemon anything. So I post a lemon recipe. I post my dog. I post something motivational or inspiring. And then I post a funny meme or a joke, because my superpower is humor, and anything, if I'm mad or sad or whatever, I try to find the funniest thing and just get through it with humor. So that's the thing that I need almost daily. to kind of get through a day. Yes, I love to crack jokes. I'm sarcastic. I like to have fun doing those things. So those are the people I want to attract around me too, because I think those are the people I thrive around. So you can go forward, Deb. So some of your resources. You don't know what questions to ask. You guys, I literally went on Google and started just Googling icebreakers. If you just want to know a question to ask on your regular page, you can just color the background. And one of these in here was super funny. Like there's one like, who would you kill in your group? Like that is going to get everybody's attention, which just cracks me up. Now, I'm not sure about that one because Facebook might like get you for like hate speak or freak out and put you in jail. So be careful with that one. But anyway, some of the other ones, like what's your superpower? If you could be invisible for one day, what would you do? People will answer those. And when they start to answer them, ask them questions continually throughout that feed. Oh my God, where would you do that? Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Have you ever done this before? Start to show interest within those because they will then continue to push up. They want people who ask questions to continue the conversation by asking more questions within that string of questioning. It's really the best way to get your stuff pushed up the highest. For me, I follow influencers. I really took a lot from Kendall Berg, who was one of our regional trainers who just exited the company, but I still follow her. She has an incredible way of posting herself with motivational stuff, motivational quotes, or asking questions. And that woman gets probably a 90 to 250 comments on every time she does that. So really, I took a lot from Kendall and learned a lot from just watching her. Find those people and follow them and try to mirror some of that behavior. And it really works well. Google, look at what's trending and share as an expert. For me, I just shared like how the Papa lip for spring is, the pop lip color is super big for spring. And I got a lot of conversations based on like, well, what color would you recommend for this? And I had a lot of Instagram conversations based on just our lip colors alone, and was able to follow that up with just like showing people the brochure with lip colors and things like that. So that created a lot of interest. So if you're talking, your hashtags, hashtag trending, hashtag 2023 spring, those things, look up the highest touched upon hashtag and make sure you're hashtagging those within each one of your Facebook and Instagram. Facebook is really looking for hashtaggers and looking to have that same behavior that they have on Instagram and bringing Facebook up into that, current hashtag world. So finally, the authentic self is the soul made visible. I think that's just like the most important quote here, because you are showing who you are and you are getting people to invest in you, and you're trying to find like people. I would like 12 of me on my team. Honestly, I would be elated if I had just 2 more people like me who were really interested in going after the business and doing what they, doing this business as a profession and making changes in their life for the goals and things like that. So I would love to have a couple more of me on my team. So I want to attract those people. That's really important to me. So I think that's really it. I think that's it, Deb, right?
That was amazing, Jen. That is your last one. That was such good information. I took so many notes.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I loved everything.
I didn't see if there was any questions.
I think a couple of people had asked as you were going, and why don't we'll have the other 2 gals talk and then they can ask questions maybe to everybody or, specifically, but let's have everybody share their stuff and then we can go back and do questions at the end. Because maybe even something they have a question about, maybe one of the other 2 touch on something about it too. So no, that was so good. And I didn't realize Facebook was trying to push up hashtags because I think of it in Instagram and TikTok, but not Facebook.
So one of the things I was able to pick up from Google recently is the 2023 social media trend guide. And just search that stuff, just to go in and say, what's hot for 2023 for social media? And everybody has a guide. And throughout all of the guides that I was able to download and take a look at, hashtags for Facebook are really going to be huge.
So I was going to ask, where do you find out your social media? Are you watching? Is there, I know you do a lot of trainings with Lynn Bardowski.
Yeah, Lynn Bardowski, the $1 Million Party Girl does, she does social tips live, and I think it's on Tuesday. So if you follow Lynn Bardowski, $1 Million Party Girl, Lynn is done an amazing job. She was a 6-figure earner with Party Light back in the day, and the first person within the Party Light community to actually go online and start doing like online selling. And so she consistently evolves in that online world and has great tips. She just did a training. I forget what it was, something with the grind that I had shared with a lot of the leaders. And I'm happy to like see if I can't pull some of that off and share it on Beautifully Polished if you want me to, Deb. But
Sure.
I would follow her. I'm part of her community. I've been part of her mentoring community for 5 years and actually have helped her at book signings when she's come to Detroit. She was really sick and she had something that I'm very familiar with in terms of like eye support at the hospital and work with the hematology group. So we became really good friends just through her illness and supporting through that. So she's incredible. I can't say enough good things for just following her as $1 Million Party Girl. I don't think you necessarily have to join her mentoring community because eventually what she shows in the mentoring community comes out in her $1 Million Party Girl. Eventually it comes out, and she just by joining her mentoring community though, you do get first like hand access to asking her questions and developing that relationship, and she's lovely. So
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Love it. All right. I'm going to unshare this. All right. And next we have up Haley Looney, who is going to share some of her social media stuff.
I think Jen covered it all. I'm looking at my notes. I'm like, oh, I was going to say that, and that, and that. So, I mean, with me, I think a big thing is consistency, and that's my word of the year. So they say when those who show up go up, and it's not just showing up to your team meetings. You want to show up to your customers and to your friends and everywhere on social media. Sorry. So what did I write? You want to make sure you're making posts. And when you make posts, you want to include pictures. And like Jen said, you don't want to copy other people's pictures, be original. But I don't like when people just put words and that's their post, you know, at least a little colored backgrounds. So it makes it look like a picture. Make videos. I put on my lipstick every day and I try to have my selfie stick ready so that I can record myself putting on my lipstick. Even if I don't make a reel or a TikTok with it that day, I might need it later on. Don't be afraid to go live is another big thing. I know a lot of people are terrified of it, and I was too. So I always try to tell people, don't be afraid to suck because you're gonna suck the first time you do it or the first 10 times you do it, but you get more comfortable with it and it gets better. So you could start by maybe not showing your face on the live and you're showing your nails or something, your computer screen, doing the wheel of names to do prizes, but just try it. And I think that really helps improve your Facebook algorithms. And like Jen said, post on stories. Everybody seems to forget about their stories. And then take those videos and pictures and make reels and TikToks. They have a feature in TikTok where you can select your videos and pictures and it says auto cut, and you click that and it'll add effects, it'll add music for you. And it looks like it took you forever to do it, but it took like 10 seconds. I know I told Dina about it, but she didn't have that option. But if you're on TikTok,
Yeah, where is that? Where is that, Haley? I've
I just
never-
know when I go to create a post and then I select my videos and pictures, on the bottom, there's a button that says auto cut and then another one that says next. So maybe
Maybe
it's
we need
different
to up,
version.
or not upgrade, maybe we just need to like, you know how all the apps sometimes need to be like upgraded, maybe it's called.
Or you
Yeah.
have to use it a certain amount to get the certain privileges.
That's what I
That's
was
true.
looking into. Have you seen that, Jen?
Okay, so you're going in like you're creating a TikTok?
Yep. And then
So
I'll take
mine at the
it out of
bottom
my
says
gallery.
upload or effects. Is that where yours would be?
Did you already select a picture or a photo to put into the TikTok? So you
No.
want to select a picture or a video first?
Oh, auto cut.
Yes. So then you click that. It's
Dang,
processing
all right,
and it adds
all
some
right.
music, and it looks really cool.
Okay.
I've actually had people from other companies like Norwex and stuff, some of my friends, and they're like, how do you do that? So it's a really cool feature if you've got it. Let's see what else. If you're not using the Facebook scheduler, make sure you start using that to help with your consistency. You can do simple posts like posting mixed manis every day to give people ideas of what they could be wearing, and maybe they'll see something and then they'll want to post an order. I just think that's a really easy one to do, that you could schedule out a week or a month in advance and just have something that posts every single day. And don't forget to ask questions, because you want to have people comment on the post, not just like it. So if you leave it with a question, then they're going to be more inclined to respond and start some engagement on your posts. And I think that might be about all I have.
That's great,
So-
Haley. I mean, it is. I mean, that TikTok thing, I just clicked on a quick video I made earlier of my husband. I can't wait to see what it just cut it into. That is so fun.
Can I
Um,
one quick thing about Haley?
Yeah.
She does such an amazing job. I will be scrolling TikTok and I come upon Haley putting on the liner and the lipstick. And when she's putting on the liner and the lipstick, it's showing her manicure, and it's short, it's quick, it's with a great song. And I would have thought she spent so much time on it. And I didn't know about this trick she just shared, but really and truly, she is creating that consistency every single day. When she's putting on her lipstick, she just records it. And it's just a good routine to get in. Then you have all of these little clips of you putting on lipstick. You might use them, you might not, but it has been a great way for her to really advertise both the lip line and the polish. I love it.
Yeah, I
And
think that's
if you have
awesome.
all the little clips from the different days, you can put them all together in one TikTok and make a nice long one of different colors or something like that. Or just, you'll be wearing different outfits, so they'll know that here's a week of my Color Street lipstick, different things like that.
That's
Oh, That's
awesome.
incredible, Haley, because you can always repurpose that even just to like an introduction to how to when you're going on your VIP, or if you're going into stories, you can use that real quick. Follow me for how to do this, or whatever. That's great.
I did one
Repurposing that.
once where I recorded my least favorite Color Street lipstick shades. So I put them all on and I shared them, and people were telling me that they loved them on me, but these are my least favorite, but I still tried them.
That's great. Thank you, Haley. I mean, clearly, as we heard, she's one of our top point earners here. So she's clearly doing something on social media, right?
Consistency. And
Yeah,
building good relationships with your customers, not just treating them like customers. You want to make them friends and learn about them and really connect with them, and not just in comments, like in Messenger, and be friends. I mean, as much as you can in real life.
Yeah.
Sometimes they live too far away.
it's so true. Because they can see through that. I mean, just like we can see through people when they're like that too, right?
Yep.
All right. Thank you, Haley. I so appreciate it. And our last up is another Haley. Haley Cameron, are you
Wait,
ready?
can I ask Haley Looney something really quick?
Of course.
Okay, so Haley, when you use TikTok, do you repurpose them into stories on Instagram and Facebook, or are those different?
I usually use them for my reels on Facebook. I'm really bad about Instagram, but I'm trying to be better about going to Instagram, posting it as a reel there, and then it automatically will post to Facebook.
Okay, so you download it from TikTok and then upload it into your Facebook stories or reels, whatever.
I think it's easier to make a TikTok than it is to make a reel.
I
It's
agree, Haley,
much more
completely.
user-friendly.
Okay, that might be where I'm
Way
stuck.
more
'Cause-
user friendly.
Is it? Okay, because
Yes.
I've got, I mean, I use Instagram, but I get real lazy with it and then I stop and I'm not being consistent. I know that but that would help if it was a little bit easier because I just clicked on one picture and it like made it really cool, just like quick little video that I was like, oh my gosh. So yeah,
Lot of
okay, thank you so
feature.
much.
And the problem when you make it in reels first, you can go longer on a reel with a song and then you go to put it in TikTok and it doesn't, TikTok is more specific on the song and it may not have it in the same place and it will only do a minute. So a part of your video may not, or may get cut off when you transfer it from reels to TikTok as opposed to the vice versa, right? Yes, yeah.
TikTok also has different licensing, so some of the music that you'd use on TikTok won't transfer onto Facebook. They'll mute your video.
Yeah. So not everything transfers perfect. So some is harder to move than others.
Facebook and Instagram will transfer cohesively because they're owned by the same person.
Right.
But TikTok is basically their competitor in a way.
You know what I wondered? Okay, so last week, I think I posted a reel. And when I made it in Instagram, when it posted to Facebook, when I put it on there, it said something about you could click on it. It said Instagram, but you could click on it. If someone doesn't have Instagram, I tried Googling it to figure out if they would still be able to see it. And I couldn't figure that out. So if they don't have Instagram, can they still see it when you're posting the reel in Facebook and it says Instagram?
I don't know. I think so.
So you generally now, since they own each other, you can post one place and they go both places.
It did, but it still said Instagram on Facebook. So I didn't know if,
Yeah, it's
if
okay.
you
They can
didn't
still
have
see it.
Instagram, if they'd be able to see it.
Yes, they can.
Instagram is a website. So even if they don't have Instagram, if your Instagram is publicly available, it will take them to that video link because it's just because we use it as an app on our phone, it's still an actual website with a web address.
Right.
So
So
they
even
would
if they
not
don't
have
have
to
the
have it.
account, they just see that one video.
Okay,
Same with TikTok. If you're sending people TikTok links, they're going to be able to see the TikTok video. It just will open it on the web page as opposed to the app.
oh, that makes sense. Okay. That's good to know.
So if you do not have an Instagram, it'll still post for somebody to see if you don't have your own personal account?
Well, I do. So I made it through Instagram and it.
I thought
sent
you
it
were
to-
saying you didn't. I was like, I don't think that works that way.
No,
but
I
was,
have it. So when I
Oh.
posted it in Facebook, it says Instagram. I didn't know if other people who don't have Instagram could see it. Or if just my Instagram people on
Oh.
Facebook could see it.
Oh, getcha.
You see what, yeah.
That makes more sense. Yeah, because that's the same thing with what is it? The kids use it all the time.
Snapchat.
No, the other one. Well, my son, he's 24. He uses
Twitter.
the one that makes videos too. Never mind. I don't know what it's called now because I can't tell you. I make like very little video ones, so I don't know. TV, what is that? I don't know. Anywho.
I'm not sure. YouTube?
Yes, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so many platforms. That's why, today I think the majority we're doing is Facebook and Instagram just because they're kind of two of the most common ones. Because we could delve into a whole bunch of other stuff too, right?
Yep.
All right, Haley, you ready to wrap us up with your great info?
Yes. All right, you guys. So I'm Haley. I've been in Color Street I just celebrated 5 years last month. And so a lot of what I'm going to talk about today is not like original stuff. So I'm going to share with you where I'm getting my information and kind of where I'm getting training from that I'm then going to kind of share with you guys. So first of all, if you are not following No Shame Sales Game on Instagram, you need to go follow that account. It is amazing. Colleen Nichols is the heart behind, she's the real person behind the account. She actually trained our team, Beautifully Polished, last January. And that was like a paid for call that you guys all have access for free. And it's in the Beautifully Polished YouTube channel, like all the recorded videos. So definitely go and check that out because she's really going to delve into what attraction marketing is and how it works. But I'm going to work on just specifically what I've been doing, what I've learned from her in like Instagram and Facebook stories. And I will share too that I am a part of a paid for membership community that she puts out called Direct Sales Growth Community. I think you can find a lot of free stuff though, that she gives away a lot of free training on that No Shame Sales Game account. So even if you didn't have the paid for membership, there's a ton of free stuff. Now, what I am going to go over with you is something that I did pay for that comes with the entire membership, but sometimes she goes on her No Shame Sales Game account and she will offer like small kind of bite-sized pieces at a more like affordable rate for people. So just to give you an idea, I paid like $200 and something a year for this membership. I think now it's $365 a year for the membership. So $1 a day. So I just want to throw that out there to people because it is an investment, right? But she will go on her Instagram and share things and offer it for like $29 or, you know, different trainings. So what I'm going to share with you today, take some notes and go back and watch this video because I'm going to verbally talk about some of her stuff. But obviously, because it's something that I paid for the integrity wise, I can't share any of this with you guys in like a, you know, a written format or anything, because it is stuff that she's released to the community. So she did something called the 30-day consistency course. And it's basically, she went through and she shared every single day what to post in your stories. And like, then she included the why behind it, which I think is really important. So I'm going to give you a little sample, a little taste of some of the things. I did follow this for 30 days. And then the idea is that then you can take this and you can start repeating it, right? Now, even if you don't have every single thing, right, for the 30 days, from what I give you today, you could take that. You could start posting in your stories, especially if you're someone who's never posted in your stories, right? How many of you, raise your hand, how many of you have never posted a video of yourself talking in your stories? Raise your hand if you have never. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Yep. Okay. And that's okay. And me either. If I'm being honest, it's really awkward the first time you do it, but it's just like anything. And I like what Haley said. She said, you know, you're going to suck at something at first, right? So you need to be willing to do that. And you're not going to get better. You're not going to feel more comfortable unless you suck a little at it at first, right? And really, when you're going in your stories, like Jen, I was so happy to hear that you said, like, you felt like you knew me, because that's the goal. That's what you want your audience, is to get to know you, because when they know, like, and trust you, that's when they're going to purchase from you. That's when you're going to have those authentic relationships. And who knows, maybe they're not going to purchase from you, but maybe they're going to refer someone to you. I just had a girl join my team recently from 2 people because someone referred them to me. They said, oh, you want to sign up? This is the person you need to sign up with. You need to sign up with Haley. And they sent them my way. So like, a lot of that stuff may not have happened had they not known, liked, and trusted me, right? So let me give you a couple ideas of what you could do in your stories. And this is something that I'm going to challenge you guys all to do. Start tomorrow, right? Even if you're doing one of them, but kind of start to do it in this order and kind of knowing the why behind you're doing it. So for example, day 1, let's say you're like, okay, I'm ready to delve into my stories. I'm ready to start. Again, those ladies talked about consistency, right? That's what it is consistency in your stories. Day 1. story one. Okay. And by story one, we need those little slides, right? If you've ever seen stories, you know how you can see the little slides and you swipe or you tap rather to see the next one. Okay. So story one, share a piece of content that made you feel something. So share a reel that made you feel something. Share a meme, share a graphic, right? It doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's something that you felt. So that people can start to kind of see what kind of content do you like, what kind of things. Like I'm really big into animal rescue, right? So maybe I might share, you know, some sort of dog content or something of an adopted dog. I don't know, right? I'm a teacher. So maybe I might share a teacher meme from the board teacher's Instagram account, right? That is about, you know, whatever. It's something that, you know, people are gonna be able to take away what I'm feeling from whatever that is that I'm posting it, right? So that's it, right? People kind of get an idea of the kind of content that you're consuming. Okay, story two, shout out someone who recently made your day or someone you're thankful for and why. So you could do this in like a post format, meaning like your picture and words and tag someone, right? You could go on video in your stories and shout out. Like for example, today I kind of did this. So I had a student, you know, I try to always think of, okay, what's my content for today? What's something I'm going to post today? And today, one of my students brought me in a book, which I thought was amazing. We had talked about the book before. She was reading it, and I said, "Oh, I wanted to read that book." And my student speaks Spanish and English, and she came to see me before school this morning and said, "Oh, Miss Cameron, I have a copy in Spanish, so here you can have my English copy." And I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Right? So I went into my stories, posted a photo of my nails on the book, and said, "Oh my gosh, my sweet student just brought me in this book that I said I wanted to read, and it made my Monday great," right? I had 105 viewers on that already, and it hasn't been up for 24 hours yet. So just to kind of give you an idea, right? But this kind of shows, right, that one, you can shout out someone in your life, whether it's a friend, maybe it's another business, maybe it's you know, I love Arbonne fizz sticks. So one day I shouted out my friend Laura, who sells Arbonne, I get my fizz sticks from, and I was like, "I love these fizz sticks. Thank you so much." She sent me 2 in a pack, like a freebie pack or something. And I shouted her out for that. Right. So kind of think of you know, it doesn't have to be a business. It doesn't have to be, you know, but it just, you're sharing some love for someone. Right. So the whole point about that, as far as why you would want to shout someone out, is, wait, hold on. I lost my spot. Hold on a second. All right, I'm going to come back to that. Yeah, sorry, what I'm reading doesn't make sense. So I think I copy and pasted it wrong in my notes. I'm going to move on to the next one, and then I'll give you the why for the next one. I was like, that doesn't make sense. So anyway, so that gives you a good idea of what you could do to first start out, right? Those are 2 stories, super neither of them were necessarily about your product, right? They're just getting you into being in your stories and having people see what content do you like and what is something that you like from other people that you could shout them out for. Okay. All right. Day 2, you could get on your story and give a pointless opinion about something. Now I've heard of a lot of other people talk about this, and Colleen talked about this too, going along to with Jen's what did you call those icebreakers, right? So go on video and be like, "Okay, you guys, I really think that toilet paper should be put on the up and not the down," or whatever, right? Or I really think that I don't know, I can't think on the spot of something stupid, right? But think of something that's really, you don't want to go on there and give an opinion about some crazy topic. Don't do that. That's no, you don't want that. But make it be something silly, right? Something that people are going to have a lot of opinions about, right? Maybe an unpopular opinion. Maybe you're Reese cups suck, you guys. Oh, you're going to have so many people in your DMs being like, "What?" So just things like that you could kind of do that. Okay. So her example that she gave is that she got on video and talked about how she was so over her summer wardrobe and she was ready for her sweater wardrobe, right? So just like right now, I mean, you could get on video and you know, talk about how, you know, you love the snow. You're sad to see the snow leave or whatever, right? You're going to have some people maybe commenting and saying like, what? Like, I hate, that would be me. I'd be like, what? I hate the snow, right? So those are the kinds of things you're thinking about. Just to get the point of that is to get conversations going. Okay. Story 2 is, did anything funny, stupid, annoying happen to you that day? So you might have to really think about these. And so sometimes, like, if something didn't come to me right away when I wanted to post it, I just kind of read this in the morning and had that on my radar the whole day. Like, okay, what's something funny that's going to happen today? What could I share? Like, what's like something silly that happens, right? A lot of times it's stuff with my dog. You guys, I can't tell you, my dog is very destructive. I can't tell you how much good content that makes though. I mean, my couch may be torn up, but I'll tell you, I got people in my messages talking to me about my dog and they all like know too. So even like my VIPs, like they know that my dog is a troublemaker. They ask me about it. Like it's a conversation starter for sure. And then story 3 could be an ask. So notice that we're on day 2. This is like a couple stories on day 1, a couple stories on day 2. Okay. And now here comes an ask. So you could ask for referrals, and Colleen says without being weird, right? So she always says, show up as a human on the internet. We can show up authentically and be a human connecting to a human on the internet without being weird and spammy pammy, right? So she says, get on and basically say something like, I was just talking to a customer of mine. I'm going to read this, okay? Because these are her words, not mine. She says, I was just talking to a customer of mine who's been using unicorn tears. She calls everything unicorn tears. So insert Color Street, okay? For a while, and they've really helped with her fill in the blank, right? Nail biting, okay, right? If you know anyone who, maybe struggles from nail biting and wants something on their nails to keep them from biting their nails, or really maybe has struggled with finding time to go to the salon, or, insert things that basically our problem or our product can solve, right? What's a problem that our product can solve? You're asking for referrals. And a lot of times when we ask for referrals like that, the person watching it's like, well, wait, that's me. Like I could be that person. Yeah, I just had MB, my sister-in-law who's on our team, she wouldn't mind me saying this, but she threw up a post one time recently where she was asking for referrals for anybody who they might know who may want to enroll with Color Street, right? And one of her customers commented on it. I saw the comment come through and she's like, oh, wait, me. And it was like, what? And this was a person she had tried to enroll multiple times, who just asked her multiple times. But her saying, can anybody recommend, or does anybody have anyone in mind that might want to try this? And her customer messaged, commented and said, oh, wait, me, right? And so she ended up enrolling and is on our team. So stuff like that really does happen, right? Because it really gets people thinking about it. And then they're like, oh, well, I guess I kind of fit that, that criteria. So, and then story number 4 for, this will be my last one for the days. Story number 4. So think of day 2 of posting in your stories. The 4th story that you're posting that day is what she calls a lighthouse meme. It's a meme, a reel, something along those lines, right? And it shares an actual opinion of yours on a topic that you're passionate about, okay? So it's not going to resonate with everyone, but it's not something that's divisive, right? Like you don't want some crazy political opinion one way or the other that's going to divide people. Like, no. But it's something that you're passionate about that not everyone is probably going to share the same opinion. Okay. I'm very passionate on spaying and neutering dogs, right? I'm very passionate on animal rescue, right? Not everybody is going to be in the same boat as me as that, right? There are some people who are breeders. There are some people who are whatever, right? Who don't adopt a dog from a shelter and who may be right. And that's fine. But my passion is in, so that's a good example of something that I will post that maybe has to do with animal rescue that I know is not going to resonate with my entire audience, but it's also not going to be something that's going to divide people and make them feel like they're not in a safe space with me, right? But it's just me showing that this is something that I'm very passionate about. And I'm doing a fundraiser right now for my VIP group. And I feel like things are going pretty well. I did have a party, but I've gotten some orders coming in specifically for that group. And I've gotten a party booked because someone wanted to help the, my fundraiser that I'm doing, because I'm donating all of my commission until Valentine's Day. So just to give you an example, like if they know that that's something that I'm very passionate about, this person I've asked to host a party like 2 times before, and she just didn't respond back, right? We all get that, myself included. And now all of a sudden, now that she knows that it's going towards something that's a passion of mine, it sounds like it's probably a passion of hers. She's now decided to host a party. So it kind of helps you connect with people to figure out who shares the same passions as you do, right? And you're not doing something like that every single day. You're sprinkling that in, you know what I mean, here and there. So that gives you an idea of 2 days worth of things that you could start with to kind of get you going. And even if you use those things and you kind of started cycling through, even just those 2 days ideas, right? There's way more in this 30-day thing that Colleen put out. But think about, if you're cycling through every couple of days and inserting different things, inserting some Color Street content here and there, right? Maybe a little application video here and there. Maybe just whatever is going on, in your life. I try not to just go in and just talk, right? Sometimes I do, but sometimes I also try to put in, I ask a question in what I'm saying, right? I put a little question box, like whatever it is, something to get engagement so that, it isn't just like, hey, here's me with my Starbucks talking. Sometimes it is that, but not all the time. I try to mix it up a little bit. So, okay, I know we're like well over the time. So I think I'm gonna stop there. And then if anybody has any questions for Haley or Jen too, now is a good time.
I loved it. You guys all gave who's excited to go and work on their social media starting tomorrow or tonight?
I want to do it now.
I
And I
am.
got it.
Right now, when we have that courage, we're all going to go make our I post in stories all the time. I just don't talk in them. So I got to do that.
Yeah, the videos are huge, and I know it's awkward, but think about the content too that we consume. How many of us watch other people's stories when they're talking, right?
Definitely.
I know
Yes,
I do.
I've watched yours. I stop when I get to yours.
A few of them are silly. They're just like me with a bath bomb. I have a bath bomb. Take care of yourself. I got 1K people looking at it. I've had people follow me because of that, just by saying self-care does not have to be what other people think of it. It can be a bath bomb in your bathtub. And that was my recent one. I've had a couple others where it hit 1K and I was like, what in the world? And even the one I first did, the first one, because I have lipstick that's red that I've never wore red before, that got 1K. I was like, I've never had that many views for other Color Street stuff, but it's because it was legit me saying, I don't like red. I don't know what I'm going to do. And it was fun.
That's awesome. It's interesting too, when something gets that many hits.
Yeah.
It's fun to see that. And then it makes you wonder why that went over something else that day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's cool. Okay, does anybody have questions for any of these gals that have spoken? I know we kind of have asked them along the way. All of you had such helpful information.
Yes.
I got a lot out of this that I needed since I'm new, and I didn't take notes this time, but I am going to go back and take some more notes and do everything.
Yeah, I'll put it on our YouTube channel.
Okay, awesome. This was awesome. And can I just say, as we were doing this, I was, paying attention, and I did my nails, and this Heart of a Hero, this is so beautiful.
It is.
So
I love it.
beautiful. I love it.
That's a great set.
I just got it today. So
Dar, I'm reading your thing. I just posted my stories that I just hit 1 year on Duolingo. Asking if others Duolingo, what language? Oh, so you do speak 2 languages already, Dar? She's muted. She might be off speaking another language to her husband. All right. Well, thank you so much. I loved all your information, Haley, and Jen. I think we are ready to now take our social media to the next level once again. The thing I love about social media is we've had trainings over and over for 5 years, and I can walk away with a whole bunch of stuff every single time. Because there's just always more you can be doing, things change. Like Jen was saying, there's different trends. I mean, we never all know everything in every area. And I think that's the greatest thing, is that we're always investing more into our businesses by learning more. So I
was
so
great. I'm
appreciate all
sorry,
you
Deb,
guys
I
being
couldn't-
up on all these trends and up on all this stuff to be able to teach us.
I think if you can say one final thing, don't
Yeah.
lose yourself in your business. Make your business part of yourself and really share how it impacts you and how you use the products, but share it authentically. And like I said, I was blowing off my personal page, but when I started paying attention to it again, it really has changed the trajectory of old friends are coming back and they're like, hey, how's it going? Are you still doing Color Street? I have a friend who needs blah, blah, blah. So make sure that you are showing up as yourself first and then show up as your business.
I have a question. When you're posting on your personal page, is it something that you've also posted in your VIP group?
Not necessarily, no,
Okay.
not necessarily. Now, if I post, I have cross posting. So my personal page goes to my Instagram and my Instagram goes to my business page. So if I post on Instagram, it's business. If I post on my personal page, my personal goes to Instagram too. So you get a good mixture of both of the things that I do. I know that sounds insane for people who are like just coming into this in the beginning, but when you go to post something, you get the option to send it to Instagram or send it to your business page or send it to your personal page. So just look at that whole page before you hit send or post. You will get the option if you have those connected.
Mhm.
And that
That-
is a lifesaver in time.
Yes.
And Haley, I think that's a great question, because I was recently contemplating, because I have interactive posts in my VIP group all the time, then sometimes in my personal page too. But I wondered too, like I have one I want to share because I found the best heat warmers this weekend for skiing. And I was going to share it. And I'm like, do I share it in my VIP or should I share it on my personal page, or do you do both? Because then would VIP see it 2 places and think it's
Yeah,
less
that was
personal?
what I was always worried about. If I shared my VIP group and my personal page, the ones I'm friends with, are they going to be annoyed that they're seeing the
The
post
same
twice?
thing. Yeah. So it's
Instant,
picking
I'm
and
cheating
choosing.
on my VIP. Yep.
My VIPs, most of them are my friends because I've asked them to be friends on Facebook. So if I do it on that one, usually the people that follow me or would answer me in my VIP group will actually answer on my Facebook page, which is helpful.
Okay. That's good. That's good info.
My VIPs follow my business page, like Bible. And I will find that weeks go by where they're just commenting on my business page and not seeing anything in my VIP.
Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say that I don't think they see, like if you have it in both places, they might see one and not the other. They might
Yes.
see both, but I mean, one of the things I heard a long time ago was if you do need to have your personal page have some business stuff on it. Like Jen said, don't lose yourself in your business. But if I was told if somebody doesn't know that you do Color Street because you don't post on your personal page, they're going to find somebody who does. And it's going to be
Yeah.
like one of your friends. And you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I saw Color Street. And they're like, well, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
think
you
there's a
need to,
stat like every
have a-
6 or 8 posts, I think are supposed to be about your business on your personal page. If someone can scroll through and not within, they should see a Color Street post within every 6 posts or something.
I'd probably post a little bit too much about Color Street on mine.
think you could post about Color Street in a ton of different ways, as long as you are showing how it benefits you. Or you can say, I mean, even if you're just showing your nails, one of the posts that I made was just how the one that I was neglecting myself and blah, 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 blah. But I repurposed that in my personal page and just said, if you are looking for a killer cuticle oil, I'll hook you up. That was it. Like,
Yeah,
it was,
I like that, Jen, because I was just looking at the Start With Why book, Simon Sinek, and one of the first things he says is people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it.
Yeah,
So kind of try to mix that in there, like Jen
Right.
was saying, like, this is why I'm using the cuticle oil right now, because I let my nails go so much. And so people are like, oh, wow, they're buying why she's doing it, why she's using it.
yep.
Mhm.
Yep, or even rolling it, like I did a post yesterday because we went skiing for the weekend. So I did a family post, but of course I'm gonna post 2 pictures of doing my niece's nails. So doing them and then having them hold their nails up. Because I'm not saying, oh my gosh, I do nail polish, but now they see, my post was about family weekend and it's all family pictures. So you can now see how you can have fun with your family. So you can definitely roll it in different ways without just saying St. Patrick's Day nails drop tomorrow, we have a kit special today, all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
don't drop a poster.
Yeah, I'd never heard that phrase before, poster.
Yeah, that's what social media calls those types of graphics that we get from Corp. Like when it shows all the nails in one place at the bottom and it says when it's launching.
Yeah,
You literally take that and they'll kill your algorithm.
yeah.
I guess that makes sense because it's like you're being McDonald's and all of the McDonald's
100%.
we're not all McDonald's, we're our own people. So I'm Tammy, she's Debbie, she's Jennifer. So I get that. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So even if you were to go add, because, before we were taught, if you take a graphic that's from corporate, drop your own name on it or drop, the team logo, drop something on it, just so it doesn't get deemed as everybody using it and then you get shut down, and go to Facebook jail. So even if I took it, which I probably wouldn't go to this extent, but if I took that corporate graphic, went to Canva, dropped my logo on it, is it going to read it as differently in the algorithm or is it still going to show up?
It's still
It's
gonna be.
Still shows up as a generic.
Yeah.
Not to be the compliance police, but your logo technically isn't compliant, right? Because it's not the corporate fonts.
Well, on some of the graphics, they did that a while back in compliance where if there were certain ones we could add things to and certain ones we couldn't. Like if they had Color Street on there, we couldn't. But if it was another one they made without all the stuff, you could add your stuff. But
Yeah.
it's been a while since they've really talked about those. I was just using it as an example because they say never to use. I mean, a long time ago, we were taught never to use the ones from corporate because everybody uses them and your odds of going to Facebook jail are higher. But sometimes out of desperation, when you're hurrying and trying to just get something out, sometimes people are going to use them. But you can typically always go to Norma's group, but even in Norma's group, if everybody's grabbing them, it's still a whole bunch of people using the same graphic. So they used to tell us to put something on it so you wouldn't be put in Facebook jail. All right, everyone. I know it's getting late, 9:30, but it was so good. I feel like we could talk forever about social media.
Mhm.
So thanks for hopping on. Thanks to everybody who watched later. I hope you guys got lots of helpful things. So my challenge to all of you, you're not going away without a challenge, is to set 3 goals for yourself of 3 things you want to do in the next week with social media. One being that you're going to carry on, like something you're going to start and you're going to continue to do. 2 of them can be things you're going to try and see if you like it. But for sure, one that you want, like I will try, Haley, to do voice ones and add them that I do regularly. I will try to do that. Then 2 more things at least that you're trying this week, but one that you're gonna keep up with, that you're gonna commit to. Whether it's, I'm gonna start posting once a week, whether it's, I'm gonna do Haley gave lots of great examples of different types of stories. Maybe you're gonna, each week, I'm gonna do a reel or a meme on one of my opinions. You know, pick something you wanna do. But boy, all 3 of them gave us some great things that we can take away from this. So we can all listen to it, but if you don't put it to action, it does no good, right? So I challenge you to put some of these things into action. If you didn't screenshot Jen's slides, again, I recorded it. I'll get it posted by tomorrow, and you can take pictures so you can have it, you know, at your fingertips. Maybe it's gonna be, I'm gonna add a question at the end of every one of my posts now to get interaction. Pick something that you know you can stick to, that you want to see if you can see a difference in after you add it.
And post when you guys have time so that you can continue to build in those conversations. Post when you have the opportunity to really make sure that you can continue to that conversation in that post. Like that Airbnb post went on all day. It went on for 12 hours.
Yeah, because I think they want that your algorithm goes up if you get a comment within the first 30 seconds or something, isn't it?
Yep.
And once again, I know I say it all the time, but if people are responding, do not give a like. You have to answer back. So like Jen said, you better have time. If you're going to put a question out there, I can't stand when I comment to people and I get a like back, because clearly they don't use social media as a business to know the difference. But if you're using it as a business, then you have to be answering back when people comment.
Even when you do
Well,
this
look
or
at
that
this-
post,
Oh.
try to post the nail feed in the comments to match
Oh,
what they
nice
say.
one.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Great
I-
idea. Great idea. All right, everyone. I can't wait to see what you do with all your new social media stuff. All right. Thanks, everybody. I will talk to you
Bye. Good
soon.
night.
Bye.
Thank you. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, ladies.